it is Giflings. Is it Aarhus? I want to pronounce this properly. Aarhus.
Yeah, but no, it's a difficult word, but you can just call it AGL.
I see. You're giving me shortcuts now, eh? You're giving me some of your tricks that you do in football.
No, but that's how everyone says it, So, yeah, again, one day, So, of course, I want to see myself in the World Cup if the opportunity comes. Of course, I'll always be ready if I get called up, So,
pretty good player, pretty great player actually, and I hope that he would definitely fit the call to represent the country.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
All right, it's a very busy show tonight. You don't want to go anywhere because a little bit later on, just after the break at 6:20, we got a rising star, a rising superstar in South African squash. She's going to be sharing the time with us until the top of the hour. She's headed to the United States of America. She'll tell us all the good news, but my, oh my, when people talk about the talent that she has and what she's done at a tender young age of just 19, you will be amazed. And I think all the squash fraternity around South Africa, please give her flowers, man. It's still nice and early in her career, but so much has been achieved. We'll chat to her. Aand Malinga is the name. And I say it because it's a name that you're going to be hearing much about in future. But right now, though, I got somebody who travels a lot. Sure, he's gone through about 10 or 15 passports already. But, if we zero in on the evolution of coaching or development and treatment of coaches in Africa, you'll be amazed. But he's been very vocal about all of those things. And we see what happens on the touchline. And after they've spent an entire week coaching, mentoring players at training, and then all sorts of other drama then occurs. So when that team wins, players get the credit. When it loses, it's the true coaches who get shown the exit door. They get told, thank you very much indeed. Wishing you the best in your future. You've seen those come and go. But do we really know just what the gaffers go through away from the touchlines? I mean, the pressures, the egos, the mistreatment. That's the reality, though, of most of the coaches at clubs, national teams, and especially on the beautiful continent of Africa. Let's delve a little bit deep, though, into the coaching space with one person who knows all about what I just mentioned. He's been here, he's done it all, and has seen it all. That is UEFA Pro License instructor as well as coach Adel Amrouche, who is here in studio. Sir, good evening. Good to see you.
Sawubona, Robert.
Unjanba.
Very happy to be with you here and to share this time with you and our people who love football.
You know the Zulu now, hey?
You must adapt yourself. You see, when you are coaches like that.
Jeez, I'm impressed. Well done. It shows an interest.
Absolutely. No, I stay in Congo. I know in Ghana. I stay in. I was in Kiswahili. Also, I was in Kenya, in Burundi, in Tanzania. And you must adapt. If you don't know how to communicate with the people, it's difficult to be there. To give your message.
I think the last time we communicated the entire world, because that was the biggest Africa Cup of Nations that we've had on television, which was watched by everybody around the world. And I think we all saw what happened in the touchline. And then you were suspended at that AFCON.
Yeah.
And you were not happy. At what stage are we now? Have they lifted the ban?
I was surprised. It's one of the dark story in my life, because I was not expected that. I was not waiting that thing is going to be happening, because I don't say something big. Me, when I saw all that drama around me, I was thinking it's 8 years prison. It's not 8 games. For only something, I talk about something in the past. I was talking about the power of Morocco in this moment in the football of Africa, like Egypt before, like Tunisia before, like other countries before, like Cameroon before, and people he take it in the other way. He make it maybe politics, and then they ban me straight from that. But I was really surprised, and what I can say this is Africa, but I say this is our people, our African people. You see me, I will tell you the truth. I respect all the CAF and our president, Dr. Motsipi, what he did for the football in Africa, But I was waiting also his intervention because he's our father, to do something, because it was injustice. Because why they banned me and no one? He said something. When the coach of Morocco, he was banned. They forgave him. They are no equal thing, For that I was a bit angry, but this is past. I thank God now for the next game. I'm going to be free to coach again.
So the ban is over. You had to serve.
It's over. It come good because it's the time of the holiday to visit people. My people, I was in Botswana. I am here in South Africa. I was in Kenya. I take it positively. For that you must be strong mentally to back again.
Are you still coaching Tanzania?
No. Because my president, he don't support me. He's good friend of the president of Morocco. And it was easy for him to but this is what I say is not about Africa. It's about African people.
So you were the coach, and then the president of the association
I still have 2 years contract.
Yeah,
but he don't care how to pay, because he's not going to pay that money with his pocket. For his mom.
But it's a contract. I mean, it's a legal document.
Yeah, but he don't care because that money he don't come from his pocket.
But it's due to you.
I'm going to, of course I'm going to, it's my right.
Yeah.
And he's going to pay. This is the rule of FIFA, and we are under FIFA. But he don't care because that money he don't come from his pocket. It's easy to change the coach, like you change jersey, we change something like that,
You can say underwear.
And we are not protected. I will tell you the truth. Our coaches in Africa, we are not protected.
But why is that the case? Because where is Tanzania?
You see, I calculated that team. When I arrived to Tanzania, he told me only to build a team like I did in Burundi, in Kenya.
Yeah.
Please, coach, build for me a strong team, and help me how to make players going to play outside the country. He say, okay. But I say, President, I saw the ranking. Okay, we are in the last. We are in the last, and the ranking back. Mm-hmm. If we win in Uganda, we draw in Algeria, we are going to AFCON. I said, no, it's impossible. Say, it's impossible. But for me, it's possible. And I thank God, we win in Uganda, we draw in Algeria, and we go to AFCON. But this is the level for our people, what we can do. This is a reality. And you don't accept people who is street, what he say, I say what I think, with respect. For that, they accept some coaches who say amen for everything.
Yeah. Now, for me, when you mentioned the issue of politics and how your ban came about, and if I remember correctly, it was about the comments you were making, about the Royal Moroccan Football Federation.
Yeah.
So is that how then the relationship became what it became with the entire association, and maybe the lack of support then from the president?
I don't. When I was talking about something in the past.
Sure.
I was talking about, I say, when we play against Morocco, we prefer to play at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, because I want to use that time, because we have that habit to play in that moment.
Yeah.
Morocco, in that moment, they asked to play at 10 o'clock. As coach, I look for my team, how to win. And
an advantage.
Yes, And they say no. And also, there are one referee from here, from South Africa, Tom.
Yes.
Me, I have.
Tom.
Yes, no. He was top and one more, but when he coached me, when he was in my game, he was not the top. We ask him to change for us the referee, because we have bad pass with him.
So you had asked for Abongile Tom to be changed.
This is I told him yes. I told him
why though? I mean, does it get personal? What do you think?
It's not personal, because we have that we can ask CAF to change for us the referee, because they told me there that referee is always, they have problem with the Tanzania. This is what they told me. I said, okay, if that referee, you have always the problem with you, we can ask to change him, and this is, I think we can do it in the rule. I think, yeah.
But did they? No.
But they don't change him, and after 10 seconds against Morocco, they give penalty. And after, I don't know, the second half, a red card for the best player in the team. And sometimes you ask yourself, you are dreaming, and I am not saying he's in that part.
Yeah.
But they confirm every time when he coach and he play Tanzania is not in good shape.
Tell me, though, because we don't have much time with you, Coach. A lot of people have been asking us, what are you up to now? Yes, you're going to go to Tanzania, get what is due to you in terms of the money. But right now, I know you're a friend of South Africa. You come here quite a lot, and you said you've just been in Botswana. They had a great Olympic Games and seen some great celebrations from our neighboring country. Your future is where now? Yes, there was, I won't say allegations, but, people were just speculating around the issue of you coaching a team like Kaizer Chiefs. But Chiefs have got a technical team and a coach right now.
Yeah.
But do you still aspire to coach here in South Africa? And what are you up to?
Never say no in your life. I don't know my destiny. It's God who is my manager. Is God. Is my agent. He's him who find for me the way. I am not under pressure for anything. In this moment, I am still under ban. I have some contact with national teams and clubs, so in Asia. But I take my time in teaching and giving the course. Now I am also in that course from UEFA Pro License. I am in expert in FIFA also.
You're a FIFA instructor now.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I have that pleasure to share with the people. But my worrying is about our coaches in Africa. Because only the question, I want to ask question, simple question. Why our coaches can't coach in Europe, for example? Why we don't have the same quota, the same number? We have a lot of coaches that come from Europe. It's good.
Yes.
Africa is welcome for other people. But why our coaches, he can go? This is the fight for our president, our father, Mr. Motsepe. He makes something the rule because we have our Guardiola. What is his name? Makwena.
Yes.
He was good coach. He's good coach.
Pizzo Msimane
Yes,
as well?
Pizzo also.
Yeah.
Why those coaches, he can coach in Europe? Why we don't make
But
our rule?
what do you think is the problem? Because clearly somewhere, somehow, they're being prevented from stepping it up. Although they've got all the credentials, they've got all the trophies, they've got all the badges that they need to be able to coach in Europe.
We must change our politics. You must be tough, and we make the rules. Like they make the rules for us, and we make the rules for them. It's normal because it's impossible, with all the quality for our coaches. You don't have that chance to coach outside. I know, like Makwena now, he's in Morocco. It's a very good team. That is one of the best team in Africa. But he needed to have that chance to coach in Europe, to see the value for the coaches, African coaches. Pizzo is the same. Look what he did. He won all the title. Why you don't give him the chance? Now Benny is for the specific work. You are joking.
Yeah.
He did a very good job here in South Africa in the league. And now you give him only to be the coach of striker. Papa, don't joke with me. This is the reality. You must have people who must protect our coaches, and they change the rule. This is my asking here in this country, this beautiful country, who our father of football in Africa, Mr. Motsepe, must fight for us, for the coach, they protect us. We need that union for coaches, African coaches, to because if they are not that thing, we are going to disappear. Now, how many months Pizzo is without club? It's not normal. Yeah. What is the continuity of the work?
Yeah.
He was the model now for the coaches. Makwena was the model for the coach. The dream, what is the dream for our youth talent coaches? This is my question.
You talk about that, and it almost pushes me because we've got like 2 minutes left with you. Your thoughts, though, on that $50,000 when you convert that into South African rands, it's 896,950 rand and 70 cents. That CAF is giving to the clubs participating in the preliminary stages of the CAF Champions League and also the CAF Confed Cup, which is seen as a major step forward. I don't know, what's your take?
Absolutely. No, I say our president is doing good job, now in Africa, There are a lot of things he changed, and we are happy in that side. But me, I talk about we coaches, but for the football in general, he did well. And especially now, every time he brings something new, but we are waiting for him to protect our coaches, to have the same equal with the coaches who come from the north. I say the north about the continent. I don't say about north of Africa, because I'm happy for this exchange now. From the north, south. I am very happy for that thing. It's going to bring something new in our football. For the rest, I have hope. I have hope in this president, and we push him to fight for us. This is what I want. The message what I want to give.
But what do you make of his presidency? Do you feel slightly disappointed? Do you feel that he's been able to make a lot more changes, which have been positive as well to the African continent?
I think he must change something in the CAF for the education coaches. One, he put people, people who know the field, who know Africa, who know not only to talk in the board, but people who know the field, the reality of the field. He can understood our players, the mentality for our players, because now in this moment we have big problem, in the attitude for our players, in the behavior for our players. This social media, that a lot of money for nothing. There are a lot of things, we must take care for our boys. If you don't have the good people who know the field and you don't have that knowledge, it's impossible you can grow up in this continent.
So on this platform, as I say goodbye to you, can I say you're a former Tanzanian national team coach?
Yes, it's the past.
It's done.
It's the past, Papa. Life continues.
Yeah.
You don't know. Maybe
because a lot of people are still, assuming that you still are the coach of the national team.
Yes, of course. I still always coach.
Yeah.
I am general without army in this moment.
You're a general without an army.
Yes.
Would you like to set up your army base
Absolutely.
in South Africa?
With the time I'm going to build a strong army.
In South Africa?
Why not? This is life. May I believe on God.
Are you in conversation with the team in South Africa?
In this moment, I can say yes, because I tell you the truth. All the people,
Yeah.
I am not, you know me how I am.
Be honest with me.
Yeah. Now all the coaches, each coach have his team.
Yeah.
I am not the man who come behind the coach.
Coach, 2 coaches in South Africa have left their coaching positions even before the league has started. 2 coaches.
But those 2 coaches is not crazy. They are something. I am going to solve the problem for those 2 coaches. I prefer to be quiet, with the good moment, with the good people, with the good project. Then I can say yes. But, I am tired for the problem, my brother. I am tired for the problem. I want to have the team like all the coaches when you come from the other side, with all infrastructure, all the good players, everything ready. Then you can. But if you give me the team with the problem, I am not crazy. I prefer to be like that, teaching, going analysis in the TV, take my time, and we wait.
Analysis on TV.
Yes.
I'll see you in Randburg.
#MSW live
Now.
on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time.
MSW.
Big news! Deal or No Deal has awarded over 7.5 million rand cash and continues to change lives. So, join me, Katlego, and stand to win up to 250,000 rand by registering on dealornodealsa.tv. Catch Deal or No Deal weekdays on SABC2 at 11 a.m. or 6:30 p.m. and on SABC3 at 5:30 p.m. Proudly sponsored by LottoStar.
LottoStar is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18s. National Responsible Gambling Program. 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Are you ready to take control of your financial future? With personalized solutions tailored to your audacious goals. African Bank is more than just a bank. We are your partner in progress. Because when you grow, we grow. Join the bank that backs you. Visit our branch or go online to join. African Bank. Audacity to believe. African Bank Limited is an authorized financial services and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Welcome to another episode of Hey Duck, Riddle Me This!
Okay, Duck. 5 people share a house with 1 bathroom. A uses it before B, but after C. D uses it before E, but after B. Now tell me, what should they use to clean and disinfect the bathroom after all is said and done?
That's right! Mac Thick Bleach and Cream Cleaner.
Anything else is just wrong.
Look down at your designer sneakers. Made in China. Now, Feel the quality of your designer wear. Made in China. Now, consider your sunglasses, your socks, your watch, your phone, your computer, your headphones, not to mention your fridge, washing machine, dryer, every computer chip, and well over 50% of the parts in your so-called European car. It's all made in China. Isn't it time you switch to the premium luxury Chinese brand, the GWM Haval Jolyon Pro SUV? Go with more. Go with the new GWM Haval Jolyon Pro SUV.
We all know how dry and itchy your skin can feel in the winter months. Epimax believes that in order to look good, you must first feel good, and has a skincare product for every member of your family, for babies, for you, and even for grandpa's cracked heels. So don't hide your skin this winter. Feel good with Epimax. Get it for you and your family at any shop or pharmacy.
Mzansi, the Great South African Sale is coming, and we've got enough travel deals for everyone to find their perfect match. For horse riding, a braai in the bush, or kayaking like this. Visit shortleft.co.za and get up to 50% of all travel deals when you book between the 2nd and 8th of September and travel anytime. After all, it's your country. Enjoy it, because nothing's more fun than a short left. Hashtag TravelWise Mzansi. T's and C's apply.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
English Football Writer of the Year, all the way in the UK. Henry Winter joins us.
It's the type of communication that's been going on at Chelsea at the moment, actually, with everyone seems on mute. I think we're all fairly sort of speechless the way that we're looking at how Chelsea's owners, who are obviously very successful in their own private equity world in America, have come into English football and have the way they have spent and also the way they treat individuals. I mean, this is not cattle. These are human beings. Raheem Sterling, I know he's on a lot of money, and he didn't play particularly well last season, but you don't treat individuals like that.
Hashtag MSW.
Hashtag MSW.
Sure. Adel Amrouche has left the building, ladies and gentlemen. And not forgetting, we are live on the YouTube channel. So whichever one you opt for, we are live on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. You can also catch us as well on the DSTV channel. Hey, whatever the platform is, I tell you what, very few things are as exciting as seeing raw talent getting developed and nurtured from a very young age. Now, I take you back to the year 2017. We introduced you to the then petite 12-year-old, very bright squash prospect in Aand Malinga. I mean, at that time, she was named the youngest member of South African school squash, the team that jetted off to Malaysia as well as Singapore. And believe you me, when I tell you that it's been nothing but bucket list squashing for her ever since. And now Malinga has started playing squash with her dad, and is now one of the best junior squash players in the country, and if not the very best. And she's an absolute sensation. And as she enters her 20s, the court is certainly no limit for her. Let's recap all of this phenomenal career of an incredibly talented starlet who has much and still a great deal to offer. Not only herself, the country, I think everybody that is a fan of hers. She's a former 2 times under-19 South African squash national champion. Her name, Aand Malinga. Good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Wow, thank you. I've never had such an amazing entrance to me. That's awesome. Thank you for having me.
Give yourself a big round of applause.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think we love it for that, though, because you've earned it.
Yes.
And at just 19 years old, and that's the amazing thing, is that, what is it? Is it about devotion, passion, dedication, love for sport?
Yeah.
What would you say it is?
I think it's just the love that I started having the sport for since I was 6 years old. So it's been many years now, 13 years. Started when I was 6, and my dad introduced me to the game. So I think it was just the love and seeing how far I can go inside the sport.
But when, how though, were you playing squash at such a young age?
You know, my dad introduced me to the game.
Yeah.
We start there, and then he kind of, whenever he was going to the squash courts, I would join him and just watch and sit. That's all I could do for then. And then after a while, I started going on court, started hitting with him, grabbed the racket and the ball and started hitting on court. Then I just enjoyed it from there, started slowly getting into it. He started coaching me with whatever knowledge he had at the time. And then over time, I started playing tournaments, started losing those tournaments. And probably
as
ending,
you should when you start.
Yes, exactly. And being lost in the tournament. And then after a while, I started not liking to lose. And then I tried my best. I worked hard, trained hard. And then I started winning tournaments, started really showcasing the raw talent that people say I have in the sport. And I just fell in love with it and seeing how much I can do in the sport.
I would say, and that is where my fascination about how you got to love the sport. Yes, through your dad, and you were following him, you're watching on the sidelines. But to most people, squash kind of seems like a very weird form of tennis with the wall and lines, etc., etc. At what point did you think, okay, you know what, I want this challenge. I want this for me. I want to learn. I want to develop. Maybe even at that stage, it wasn't about championship or tournaments or anything else, but just that switch. Do you even remember when that switch came through, where that fire in the belly came through for you to learn more, be on court, and want more from the sport?
That's a very good question, because it wasn't just that my dad introduced me to the sport. Yes, some people started thinking, did I play the sport because my dad wanted me to play the sport, or I just naturally fell into it? No, after a while, I started realizing I actually have the love for the sport. I fell in love with playing and having that challenge and seeing how well I could do and how much potential I have in the game. And then slowly but surely, now I'm starting to really invest my time in watching games and training and looking at what type of technique I can adopt or what skills I can get better at. And then I started realizing it's more about what's inside of me and how much I can produce in the game and playing different types of players. The one thing, I think we'll touch on this later on, is that I wanted to play against different people, and going overseas was one big thing I wanted to do for a very long time. And that I took it upon myself to email all those coaches, which I think we'll get onto it now. But yeah, I took it upon myself to really see how far I can get in the sport. That's all I've ever wanted. Maybe being number one or playing professional or being number one in South Africa might be a goal, but I just love playing. That's why I just love playing.
And that is why that story, as you say, we'll touch on it a little bit later, because we're going to try build towards what's finally happened now. And what finally is going to be happening in September is something that I'm sure you'd have dreamt of, everybody would have dreamt of, and something that we would be very proud of. It is something that we need to also just nudge the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture in South Africa to say, sir, listen, there is this other sport outside of the mainstream sports that needs your eye. I know a lot of people are pulling you, comedians are saying, hey, Minister, see us. These ones are calling him this way. But at the end of the day, that is why it's sports, arts and culture. It is not us that gave him that title. It could have just been sports and then full stop. He's got other reasons to focus somewhere else. A lot of dad's been spoken about here. Okay. The funny thing is how you valued his input came through with the G Sport nomination. Not for you, but for him.
For him, yeah.
So that I found to be fascinating. Was you then nominated him and helped him within the Supporter of the Year category for G Sport. Take me through that, and what was the motivation behind it, and how far did that nomination go?
I think this nomination couldn't have come at a better time. Honestly, because now I'm transitioning from junior to senior, and that's when my dad's role starts to slowly, not necessarily fade away, but he's going back now and he's allowing me to go forward and be the one to really work at literally all the things that I need to do. And I convinced him to nominate himself, and so he can be a Sport of the Year award this year at the G Sport Awards. And I couldn't be more proud of him that he's a finalist this year. They got announced today. And I couldn't be more proud of my dad. I sent him a message and I was like, Dad, I'm proud to call you my dad because of all the effort, all the love, all the passion that you put into me, not only into me, but the family, his friends, the amount of value and knowledge that he provides is like, I don't think anybody knows the amount of care that he has inside of genuinely showing how much he wants to see the people he loves go. So I'm so happy that I have a person like him to really show me how much potential I have, because I've been saying I want to see how much potential I have, but I can only see that potential through the people that are around me. And he's one big aspect of the sport, and not only sport, but other things in life that have also really helped me a lot in developing me as a player, as a woman as well.
No,
so we
for
are
sure.
saying that now. But yeah.
You're woman, it's Women's Month, and that is why we got to celebrate somebody like you.
Yes.
Even celebrate you before you end up leaving the country without us recognizing you. And one thing that you say that the nomination happened today. And I'm aware that it happened today because for the very first time, the nominees were announced at the SABC, live on television.
Wow.
And that again, it casts the eye behind the G Sport Award. It shows the growth of these particular awards. And we don't talk about somebody who's probably at home or playing golf. Your dad is your dad because he's your dad and he's your coach, he's your mentor, he's your everything. Musa, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Thank you, Michael. It's a pleasure to be within your midst.
It's our pleasure to have you here because, my goodness, in tracing the story of your daughter, in tracing your tenacity, in tracing just how much belief you've had in her, it is the most amazing story. Firstly, congratulations on the nomination for the award. I think you deserve it. And when you say supporter of the year, we're not talking about somebody who's going to wear makarapa and travel the world. We are talking about somebody who pays his or her due in supporting somebody. And this time around, it's your daughter. Tell me about the nomination and tell me just about what you had in terms of belief in her.
Thank you for that. And firstly, I would say I owe an appreciation for the nomination and also becoming a finalist to one person. And one person is Awande. I had this belief in her when I was seeing her just hitting around, fooling around, killing time. And I thought to myself, geez, there is so much potential that can be nurtured in her. And as a result, I started off giving her some coaching lessons. And she developed into a player that she is. Actually, I hate to say it, she beats me now.
Well, that's good. That's a sign of a very good
At some
coach.
point.
It had to happen. You're getting older. She's, much younger, getting older, getting more mature. Yeah.
Yeah. And over and above squash, we've got such a good relationship with her. Not only with her, even the other family members, her brother and my wife and other extended family members. Our belief, that is myself and my wife, is for everything that we do, we need to do it to the best of our abilities. Sometimes in my family, they say I'm a pusher because I want to sit down and done in a particular way, correctly so. And some people have not so much good liking of me because I question. If I'm not happy, I'll ask until I get a proper answer. Even with Awande on court, we would push each other in such a manner that I think from under 16 going forward, the intensity needed to be at an extra level.
Yeah.
I decided at that point in time, actually the two of us had a discussion to say, Awande, whenever we come out of court, we come out being enemies. Is it the right mix? Rightfully so, the answer was no.
Yeah.
So that there is a gentleman whom I need to credit, Mwansa Chileshe, whom whenever the intensity needs to be that high, I push Awande to her. But for us, we still coach each other, especially in terms of techniques, game management, game analysis, etc., etc. But when the going is getting tough, I push her to this guy, and I pretend as if I don't see what is happening. And fortunately, right now, she's licensed to drive. She goes on her own for her practice.
Yeah.
And I don't even suffer watching her suffering.
Because that has to happen. I mean, never mind the license to drive. I believe you also now licensed to coach.
Yes, I am. I have my level 1 coaching. Yeah.
Level 1 coaching at 19 is covering what? Are you running ahead of your time? Because I think that's always been a hallmark of your career so far, is that you've always beaten people who are a number of years above you. So even for whatever tournament it was, you were still the youngest of every time. And now, I don't know, you're probably the youngest coach that we have, So firstly, congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Is that one way of thinking ahead now, to say one day Awande is going to retire? One day you will need to impart that knowledge you've gained through your walk and your journey. Is that part and parcel of it?
Yeah, I mean, being a level 1 coach now it's been amazing, because I've had the past 9 months to literally just coach and give whatever knowledge I've been able to build for the past 12 years of my squash career. So I've just really enjoyed giving my knowledge, passion into the kids that I've coached so far, individual and group coaching. But definitely in the future, maybe I might want to coach, maybe I might not. But sometimes I don't like looking too far into the future, because then I can't foresee that. So it's more about managing what I can do now and what I love doing now, and kind of investing my time into things and goals that I would love to achieve at the moment. Maybe in the next couple of years, I would want to coach. That might be a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe I might want to open a school and coach kids and do things. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, that's part and parcel. Then
Yeah.
you'll have validation for that, because you'll have your certificates in terms of coaching. You'll just need somebody to help fund and put it up, because I believe that Squash SA, I mean, they've credited themselves in terms of the development that they've done as far as squash is concerned. I mean, your name always pops up because you became the shining beacon, the shining star of that group of players that came through from their development academies and so on. So you would want to give back in terms of that. But let's not go too far ahead of ourselves, because after the break, I want to touch on the exciting story, because the journey, at some point, there is a happy ending to it. And you know what? A very brand new beginning. I don't know how the separation is going to happen between daughter and family.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live at the same time.
#MSW.
Tap into AI with the brand new Operina 12 Pro 5G. The AI eraser lets you erase unwanted photo bombers from your pics. AI Link Boost ensures that you're always connected, no matter the network conditions. And all-round armor makes the Operina 12 Pro 5G life-proof by being resistant to severe drops and impact. Discover more at oppo.com/ZA now.
Need a loan? Pay for what you need when you need it with a personal loan from Nedbank. And if you open a MyGoals Plus or MyGoals Premium account, you can enjoy 200 Rand cashback every month for the duration of your loan. That's 200 Rand every month to buy extra groceries or save for a rainy day. Visit nedbank.co.za and join the bank that's best for your loans. See money differently. Nedbank. We're a licensed FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Become one of 10 millionaires with Spar. Buy any participating product and swipe your rewards card for a chance to win. Competition ends 6 October. Get 1 litre Spar assorted long life milk, 6-pack for just $89.99. Save 20 Rand with rewards. Or 900 gram Bacoma wheat bix for only $49.99. Save 19 Rand with rewards. Price is valid until 1 September. T's and C's apply.
Charge into running rugby action with Hollywood Bets. Grab the chance to win big and enjoy every try, tackle, and triumph when you back your favorite teams in international and local rugby fixtures. Be in the game and bet today.
Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bet supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counselling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
Hip hip hooray! It's Hirsch's massive birthday sale from the 20th of August to the 23rd of September. We have incredible deals on your favorite TVs, appliances, beds and more. Save 5,000 Rand when you purchase a Samsung 75-inch UHD TV for only 14,999 or get a 55-inch QLED for only 9,999. These and other amazing birthday deals also available online at Hirsch's.coza. Hirsch's, we will save you money.
Discover a ride that's as stylish in the city as it is tough on the trails. Whether you're navigating the urban jungle or exploring rugged terrain, the Suzuki Jimny 5-door offers you a ride in perfect harmony.
Experience your next adventure with our incredible deals, featuring no deposit, guaranteed future value after 48 months, and a linked interest rate from 10.39%. T's and C's apply. Join the Jimny culture at suzukiauto.co.za.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Aubameyang trying to put it back for Sterling. They've got it again, Chelsea. Sterling! And they're back level, Chelsea.
English Football Writer of the Year, all the way in the UK. Henry Winter joins us. The funny thing, though, and I know preseason might not be everything, but here's a guy that literally played all 6 preseason games, played the game against Real Madrid as well.
There's an inconsistency in what Enzo Maresca's saying. When you look at a player like Mudryk, but I mean, he's not done anything for Chelsea. Raheem Sterling's done more. So you look at Mudryk and you think, why is he staying and Sterling being eased out? The lack of leadership, the lack of football expertise at Chelsea Football Club, and players being treated like pieces of meat.
And it falls for Raheem Sterling in the right place at the right time.
#MSW.
#MSW.
All right, 14 minutes to the hour. It is #MSW Marawa Sports Worldwide, also beaming live on the YouTube channel. Great to see the comments coming through, man. Hey. Sam Story says, when are they going to start developing badges for coaches? Yeah, good question. Wandile Mtana says, Malinga is the epitome of greatness and squash is her destiny to shine. The sport gets the best of her in the court, and hope that she gets all the support that she gets to reach her potential as well. Thank you so much, everybody watching from anywhere around the world. I see you. I appreciate your contribution on the social media platforms. But of course, there are key questions that need to be answered.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to Awande, Rob. This is a very fascinating conversation that we are having. And never imagined that one day I will listen to an interview where you are hosting a squash player. But there's a first time for everything. But Awande, I just want to find out from you, with the sports that you are playing, that is it seems to be the fastest growing sport. Do you anticipate or do you have aspirations of playing at the Olympics, as I believe squash would possibly be making the Olympics debut in the 2028 Olympics in LA. Do you have aspirations of representing South Africa in squash at the Olympics? Thank you so much. Wishing all the best at Tebogo.
Tebogo, thank you so much indeed. Awande?
At Tebogo, I know that one goal every athlete has is to be an Olympian one day.
Yeah.
And that's definitely a goal that is going to be, I'm going to go for it.
Because Rodney Durbach, you've worked with quite closely,
yes,
has mentioned that the next stage and the next phase for you is ultimate professionalism.
Mm-hmm.
And that is where you need to be. You got to compete with the best, not just here in South Africa, because sure, you can go to Cape Town, you can be part of the Bride Rock tournaments all around the country. But the most important part is that if you don't compete on the global sphere and the global world it really amounts to nothing. You'd agree with him, right?
Yes, I definitely do agree with him because I can't keep playing against the same people, maybe winning, maybe losing, but not seeing where my improvement is going.
Yeah.
I train hard, I add new things, I remove certain things, but then I don't see how far I've really grown.
Yeah.
So where the improvement is where I end up playing against people outside of the country, people around the world, and seeing then where I stand in squash. I've been able to slowly grow up the professional ranks for the PSA, which is the Professional Squash Association. But I've moved slowly because there's only been a few tournaments here in South Africa. I haven't been able to go overseas to be able to play these tournaments that are going to allow me to improve and see how well I can do. So unfortunately, I haven't had the time to go overseas and really see how far I can get.
Good evening, Tarot. You have a young champ, a superstar, and a pro squash player with you. A youngster that is a serial winner in this sporting code. Awande is only destined for greatness, Tarot. It's such an inspirational journey to see her breaking barriers, creating her own and carving her own legacy and history in this white-dominated sport. Quick question for Awande, Tarot. Awande, how do you stay grounded despite the success you've accumulated as a youngster in your young career? Also, how do you ensure financially that you participate in international competitions or tournaments like the one that you went to, the US Junior Open in Philadelphia? Do you have sponsors that are backing you through this journey that we are on in this sporting code? Because judging by your success as a champ, you deserve all the financial backing to propel you to much more greatness, because you are so young and you still have plenty more of years to become the greatest black young squash player in South Africa. Thanks, Taro. Bongani.
Bongani, thank you very much indeed. That financial support, it's almost like Bongani was eavesdropping our chat. It's almost like he was listening to us, because that's the one thing that I touched on, guys. I said, you got to get that financial support.
Breaks my heart.
Within me, you have to be teaming with sponsors that are lining up to be there for you, and especially given your age. You are the future of squash in this country. How do you answer, Bongani?
We're trying. Don't know if we're trying hard enough or people aren't seeing us, but I think I have to bring in G Sport as well, and people like you as well, who are allowing me to come on to shows and interviews like these to be able to showcase who I am, what I do, and what potential I have. It breaks my heart to hear that other people see that I have something to give, but then it's not being fulfilled correctly. So, there's nothing more I can say than hopefully things like these can help me out and, get my name out there so I can do more and show more and help more and give as well when I can. But, it's tough.
The toughness, Booster, comes from what? I mean, from your observation, your wisdom and your ability to look at things objectively comes to what?
It's the lack of proper development and the support financially and otherwise. As an individual, in this case as a parent, we have knocked on several doors. Some have opened, some have not. I need to say that Awande has a sponsorship with Technifiber, the clothing and the kit sponsors, as well as Dr. Nicolo, a chiropractor who has been with Awande for years. But financially, whenever she needs to travel, she's traveled worldwide, and that comes out of our own pockets as a family. And I must say we are grateful to our family because of the support that we get. We always cry out loud, and they gather around us and say, we want to see her succeed. And for that, we are so grateful for them. However, we would love to have a situation where we've got a sponsor who would be coming up and saying, Awande, tell us where you want to go, when you want to go. We don't even need, as parents, to receive money from the potential sponsor. We will simply supply the sponsor with an invoice. The sponsor will simply supply us with a proof of payment to show that whatever that she needs, has been paid for, so that at the end of the day, nobody could be claiming that we are chowing money that does not belong to us.
No, I hear you. And that's, you don't even need to take it that far. There would be no need to chow any money. There would be a need for South Africa. You know, when I speak to guys like Sean Maswanganyi, and I get to hear, which is nice, which is great, how much he gets for winning the silver medal at an Olympic Games meet, which is the greatest.
Yeah.
Knowing that these athletes fly back on economy class, knowing that the people who sit in the boardrooms of these associations are the ones flying business class, as opposed to an athlete whose body is probably aching, who probably needs. It's not about the comfort or wanting to drink champagne in business class. It's just about any athlete. And trust me, rugby does this very, very well because they understand the knocks that the body gets when they're competing. There's also something called DVD or DVT, deep vein thrombosis.
Yeah.
So if anybody even wants to Google that and find out what that means and what the potential is of an athlete getting it, simply because you're putting him these days, trust me, economy is economy. So like a little bucket that they...
Correct.
Yeah, and the guys are tall, so you have to sit in a very uncomfortable position. We need to get our story right in SA in terms of sport. We need to get our story right in terms of how corporates sit back. They sponsor other athletes who are nowhere near being world champions like an Awande is, but they still give other athletes an opportunity and gazillion sponsors as well. And they do it unashamedly. And you say, but how? Why do you do that? I mean, you were back to back. I looked at the Cape Town under 19 champs. Last year in August, you won it. And it was the second time in a row that you were winning that. That amongst a lot of things. I mean, you've been involved in the Ironman challenges, gazillion times. That is part of your forte at just 19.
Yeah.
How you do it, I don't know. What do you think extra, Awande, needs to be done for you to raise your hand and say, hey, I am here?
Honestly, Robert, I don't know. My dad said they've knocked on many doors to ask around and see what other people can help with. But it's tough, like I said. But I'm trying my hardest. I'm showing hunger. I'm showing the tenacity to do well in the sport. That's what I can control currently. The uncontrollables are things that when I come to shows like this, people see my name, they see my story, and they fall in love with it, or they see potential, and then they want to help out. Other than that, I've tried my best to really.
And you've also made
effort.
your sacrifices, though. And I mean, last year you had to miss out on a major World Junior tournament in Melbourne simply because you had to put school ahead.
First, yeah.
I understand. But guys, there's always, as I said, there's always a silver lining somewhere. And I get to that because I look at the time, it's running away from us. But again, remember your name. Awande. Let there be more.
Yes.
I don't know what dad and mom said in terms of that. Awande amahle. So those two juxtapositions, guys, it's a crazy thing. But now scholarship pops up. Maybe in a couple of months' time, we're going to be coming back and say, yo, man, Robert, man, what's going on? I just came back from Philadelphia, man, and, Pennsylvania, USA. Okay? Tell me more. This was such good news when I heard that next month you jetting off to the US.
Yes, like you said, last year I missed out on another World Junior Championships when it could have been my second World Junior Championship because I wanted to focus on my academics. I did that, and now I've fulfilled everything that I needed to do. The sport was sorted, the academics were sorted. I emailed about 55 plus coaches, and now I'm on my way next month to Drexel University, a Division 1 university. Yeah. So I'm just so happy. That's one thing I told myself I had to do was get out of South Africa and come back, but go and see how far I can get, play the sport, enjoy it, play other people, experience new things, And I finally have that opportunity to do that. And I couldn't be more grateful to the people that were supporting me, showing me love, my dad, my mom, my family, my brother, friends, coaches, sponsors, Technifiber and Dr. Nicole Lowe, and people from the past. It's everyone's support that allowed me to be able to now go to the university I wanted to go to. Yes, there were about 10 other coaches that wanted to have me on their team, but I chose Drexel instead. And I couldn't be more grateful to God and the people who put me forward to be able to play the sport and finally be able to
jet off to the US.
Yeah.
When do you leave?
I leave in the middle of September. Yeah.
Sure. Guys,
Yeah.
I mean, you got some hands.
Thank
That
you.
is for me. Again, we've got a couple of seconds left.
Yeah.
Xoli Musa, as a dad, when you reach this point, it's going to be tears at that airport. I don't know if you're going to accompany her to go and see if, is the bed all right? The duvet, does it need to be changed? But what does it mean to you?
Loneliness.
Because your greatest opponent is leaving you.
I spend most of my time with her, driving her, doing all of those sort of things. So with her not being around, I'll have more time to myself. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do. But she has our support. The family is right behind her, and with people like yourselves, we believe everything is a possibility.
We're going to follow. We're going to track every move of hers. We're going to follow everything. She'll update us. She knows where to get hold of us, and that is what I'm happy about, is that South Africa will continue to track and trace your development. Congratulations. I think it's a good news story as it ends. And as we know, scholarships are not 100%. There's also a certain proportion or percentage of it that has to be carried by yourself. So I just hope that somebody out there will take that little weight off the shoulders of the parents and it is carried by a potential sponsor that will sponsor you right throughout your entire journey with Drexel University in Philadelphia. I wish you the best of luck. So don't worry, Dad will be safe. So the name to remember, guys, Aand Malinga. Otherwise, Musa, you and I, we're not going to play squash. So you'll pull the squash.
MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time.
MSW.